Well, of course, Eldoret Environment Court is lacking in space and facilities, and it's one of the things that was cited yesterday by the Chief Justice, Elvis Koskei, is now joining us live from the county of Uasin Gishu in Eldoret to speak to Zephaniah Yego, who is the Law Society of Kenya chairperson in North Rift. Elvis, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Akisa. Now, this is like adding salt to injury. Remember, on 14th May this year, lawyers and advocates drawn from the North Rift region staged a major demonstration in Eldoret. They cited lack of judges, deplorable infrastructural condition, and they are also saying that some judges were forcibly transferred to other regions, yet they are not replaced. Now, with the judiciary having crafted a budget of 31.2 billion, and which was maybe reduced to 15 or 14.5 billion now to advocates and lawyers here in Uasin Gishu, this will paralyze services in the county. But let me bring in Zephaniah Yego. What does this mean to the lawyers, advocates, and also residents of Uasin Gishu County?
Thank you so much, Elvis. We know that the judiciary is a very critical arm of government. All the judicial authority is derived from the people of Kenya, and the judiciary plays quite a very big role in the dispensation and administration of justice. Indeed, we are outraged and alarmed as the Law Society of Kenya by the drastic budget cut by the National Assembly. In fact, what is alarming us is that the major development cut from 4 billion that the National Treasury had allocated to the judiciary to a paltry 50 million is very puzzling. Indeed, 50 million is very little money. You cannot run a whole country on the basis of 50 million shillings. That is not even enough money to run a sub-county. Now, what this means, therefore, is that as a country, the judicial services are going to grind to a halt. The judiciary services will be paralyzed. As a result, the people of Kenya will suffer a great deal. For example, talking of this region, the effect of this drastic budgetary cut is that the judiciary will not be able to complete the construction of courts. New courts will not be constructed. And furthermore, there will be no more hiring of judges and magistrates, and the disposal of all pending cases will be paralyzed. The backlog of cases will increase. In this region, as you said, about 2 months ago, we held a demo here. And the demo was to protest the challenges that we face in this region. And those challenges include infrastructure, shortage of judges, and backlog of cases. Now, those problems will be compounded by these drastic budget cuts, because we will not have more funds to hire more judges, yet we need more judges and magistrates in this region. There will be no more money for construction of courts, yet in Eldoret here we practice in courts that have been condemned for demolition, and there will be no money to get more judges to come here for the clearing of the backlog of cases. This region has a very huge backlog of cases. Over 4,000 cases are pending in this court. The judiciary had, in an ambitious program, set aside 2 weeks in the month of September, next month, to be able to address the backlog of cases by bringing judges from other stations to come here and try and address that problem, whereby all the cases that are more than 5 years old would be disposed of in a bid to reduce that backlog, because Eldoret now has a very huge backlog after Nairobi. Now, the effect of this is that there will be no funds to facilitate that program, and therefore services will be paralyzed and will grind to a halt. Access to justice and the expeditious disposal of matters which are principles of justice under Article 159 of the Constitution will be severely hampered.
Thank you very much. Akisa, that was Zephaniah Yego, the chairman of LSK North Rift Region. And of course, as we've heard from him, that services here will be paralyzed and also projects will be derailed. They now want the parliament to initiate a proper supplementary budget. Back to you, Akisa.